So at the bottom of the deck, you have the Wheel of Fortune followed by the Two of Cups. And obviously what we're seeing right here is changes within a situation that you feel very connected to. This is something that, at least in the past, has made you very emotional. And we see how you should expect changes, unexpected changes, in fact, and not just one, but multiple ones. And here, in fact, we see what these changes are going to be. We do have two sevens here, the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Wands. And number 7 usually talks about reflection, assessment, understanding why things are evolving in a certain way, and maybe changing certain things here and there in order to change also the situation towards a better outcome. 7 is a number that talks about perfection and manifestation. So overall, you are trying to make something better, whether it is with someone or away from someone. First of all, 7 of Wands, as we were saying, this is you defending something. But I am already seeing here that this energy is a little unstable and a little confused as well. Right here, you're standing up for something or for someone, but without being sure for what specific reason, or without being sure about why you're doing this. You seem to have a lot of reason why not to fight for this, but your heart instead keeps taking you back to this fight as if you were destined for it. There is a back and forth here, defending maybe a complicated connection, defending it from yourself whenever you think that you want to give it up. And so here we see maybe logic over heart, you wanting to let go of something or someone, this Two of Cups, who is not good for you anymore, but you still fight for things to go back to a happy place. Or maybe you are trying to defend this person from your friends or people around you who are advising you to let it go, to move on. Maybe you're even defending it from a third party who is trying to be part of this connection as well. And you're saying, just get out of here. You don't belong here. Whatever your fight is, I see that potentially you are losing yourself in it. Is this just you fighting, or is it the both of you? Are they fighting with you or against you? You know, this could be, as we were saying, a external threat, but it could be internal as well. Because with the Seven of Wands, we have emotional walls. And we have someone who often doesn't realize that they're fighting a losing battle. In order to make it successful, we need some sort of compromise from both ends, not just one. This is not possible where just one person fights and one person compromises. Either it happens on both ends or it's time to walk away. And so suddenly you realize that the Seven of Wands might be you needing to fight for yourself, to stand up for yourself. And this Page of Wands reversed is making me think that maybe there is more happening here that you don't know about. Right here, someone might not be ready to fully commit or to fully compromise. They want to make this work, but at the same time, I don't sense that they have a clear direction, or I sense that that direction keeps changing depending on arguments. You see them wanting to fight for this, but then you have an argument and they want to leave. They don't care about you anymore. Their narrative around this relationship keeps changing and it's just exhausting. It's very confusing as well. And maybe you keep having the same argument over and over, and it's just not making you happy. So Next we have the Seven of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. And what I see right away with this card is that someone is almost looking for perfection. They are so focused on what you are doing wrong. They're always ready to point out at your faults, at the things that are not perfect about you. But you know what? Life is not a checklist. You feel that with this person, you're never enough. You never check all the boxes. And it's not a good place to be in, especially when you are right next to someone who does have love for you. So I still don't understand why they behave this way, and we'll have to look into it. But overall, I do sense some fear. With the Page of Wands reversed and the Seven of Cups, we have someone who's perceiving the end of the honeymoon phase, and they're afraid that maybe they're not good enough anymore. Maybe that's why they're pointing at things that maybe you are doing wrong. But overall here, someone doesn't know what they want. Especially after these arguments, that vision keeps changing. And it's a bummer, because I do see that this could be beautiful. And whenever someone forces you to choose in between love, in between the relationship and yourself, it's always a very uncomfortable position to be in. I do hear you saying here, I do not want to feel bad about myself anymore. And so at this point, you also are not clear on what you want. And let's make one thing clear. I do see that you have a beautiful connection, but maybe you are in two different places in life right now. You, Libra, right now are definitely mature, not age-wise, but energy-wise, experience-wise. You are a grown person, and you do not need to babysit another adult. When love, it's added work, then you know that eventually it's not going to be sustainable anymore. So you have to question yourself, what is this relationship adding to my life? Because love should be adding, not subtracting. Is this making you expand, or is this making you contract? Love should be an expansion of who you are. Love should be a collaboration as well. And maybe there is baggage from previous relationships, whereas instead, right here, we see that the two of you need to build from scratch. And when it comes to differences, you should be celebrating the differences instead of bringing the other person down because of them. Right here, I see as if this person is trying to mold you after their idea of perfection, and instead of raising you up, this person is drowning you. And it's not pretty, it's not making you happy. And in fact, we see here with the Eight of Cups, you deciding to walk away from negativity. You're asking yourself very important questions here. Is this where I'm meant to be? Is this where I'm happy? On the surface, it looks like this could be definitely a beautiful relationship, and maybe externally people see you happy together. But the Eight of Cups talks about the swan syndrome, where on the surface everything is peaceful and beautiful, but underneath the surface there is this struggle, this swimming action, and it's just hidden. And so overall here, I see that you do not want to feel that way anymore. Can this be the rest of my life? No. And so the differences in between the two of you might feel too big and too difficult to overcome. And right here, we see how you just want to break this pattern without staying in a relationship for fear of being alone. It's fine. I'll be by myself. I don't need to be with someone. If I am with someone, it's because they're adding something, and not because I just do not want to have the single status of my Facebook account, for example. Love should be more meaningful than that. And so right here, you're moving on. And the truth is that you still love this person to pieces. You just want to be rational about the actual potential of this connection. And so here comes the change. Here comes the transition and the shift. Now, I see that honestly, you are both certain about this move. Don't get me wrong. But then why do I see reconciliation here? This was definitely unexpected because the more I looked into this energy, the more I see that you truly believe into everything that we've said so far. You both felt that this was over, but there is someone here showing up at your door, perhaps crying, definitely with some sort of anxiety of being away from you. But the Five of Swords speaks about someone who is going to lay down that sword, who's going to compromise. And so we have to look into this because definitely there is something coming up which will be a turning point into this situation. But we have to clarify to understand what exactly is about to happen, because sometimes the Five of Swords could also be talking about give it another shot and then keep walking away because of too much fighting. But with the Ace of Cups right there, we do see a new love chapter at least. And so right here we have one thing that it's absolutely clear. The two of you still love each other deeply. And you find yourself, yes, walking away and standing up for yourself, but yet you don't feel like you're winning. You're just tired of mind games and you want to be yourself. You want to be happy. And so whatever is going to happen here, it's definitely taking you to a new love chapter, a new beginning, a reawakening of feelings, a love that it's really meant to be. So let's look into it. Are the two of you completely over, or is there a comeback, a reconciliation coming up for you? And if that's the case, how is it going to evolve in the future? Is this a toxic cycle that keeps setting you back, or are things about to change permanently though? You're about to receive a brand new chapter, and that's clear with the Ace of Cups. Let's see what that's going to be about. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, Libra, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week, I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free personal 30-minute reading. The reading is live. I do not record them. We talk face to face. I send out emails to confirm every Monday morning. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Libra. The bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the future situation and events is the King of Pentacles and the Fool. And right here, immediately, you're seeing someone who's about to take a huge risk. This person, I do believe that it's the other person so far, but maybe it will also impact you as well somehow. Right here, we see that this person is going to go through a change of character, which is pretty major. They have never behaved this way. The way they are coming back in, as I was saying right here with this Five of Swords, is definitely going to be unexpected for you. Because up to this point, let's face it, you have had so many arguments about things that were really small and silly. And so you have definitely seen this person's ego, and it felt like this huge mountain that it could have never been climbed. But right now, you see someone changing, someone letting go of something, a behavior, a pattern, and taking a risk, saying something that could truly be either the beginning of something beautiful or the end of a chapter that it's still very important to them. So let's see what this is going to be about. I want to look into this Five of Swords reversed, as well as this Fool right here, and understanding what this person is about to do in the near future, together with understanding how this event is going to impact you, Libra, in the distant future as well. First of all, let's clarify the Fool, the Five of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Wow, Wheel of Fortune right there. Oh my God. Look at this. Seven of Wands again, and that comes in for a very specific reason. Beautiful. So